So hello everybody. In today's lecture, we are going to learn how to implement a full adder using a 4:1 multiplexer. And this part 2 will be how to implement it using a 2:1 multiplexer. So let's first start with what is a full adder. Full adder is a circuit which is going to add 3 bits. Okay, that is the third is regarded as the carry bit. So for an n bit number, so C that is taken as a carry from the previous. So considering that, we take the truth table with 3 inputs, and then there is a sum, and then we have a carry output. So these two are the outputs, these are the inputs. Okay, so I'll hurriedly just write down all the combinations. Okay, so writing the sum value, sum is 0, when all the bits are 0, carry is also 0. When one bit is 1, sum is going to be 1, 0 plus 1, it is 1 plus 0, 1, no carry is generated. Again here also sum is going to be 1, carry 0. When two bits are added, 1 plus 1 that gives 2. 2 in binary is 1, 0. So there is a sum of 0 and a carry of 1. So here also, so we have listed all the combinations. Finally, when 3 bits are added, when all 3 are 1, so 1 plus 1, it is 1, 0. Binary 1, 0, that is 2. We add another bit. So sum also turns out to be 1 and carry is also 1. So this is our truth table. Now, as we had discussed, to implement it using a 4:1 multiplexer, I have to reduce it in a single variable. So when the reduction is in the single variable, I can choose it to be NSP or I can choose it to be MSP because that is more convenient. Otherwise, you can take any variable. Okay. So let's try to now reduce it in MSP. Last time we had learned how to do it, reduce the third variable, that is the NSP. Now we're going to go for the MSP, that is the variable A. Okay. So I draw a table. This makes it convenient. You can directly know it from the truth table, but this makes the thing convenient. Okay. So with 4:1 multiplexer, I will be having okay, 2 select lines and 4 possible combinations. Since I'm reducing in variable A, so the 2 variables which we are expecting to be on the select lines are BC. So I'll draw the 4:1 multiplexer. So on the select lines, we are expecting BC. Okay. Okay, here you have to be careful to see NSP is always fine. Okay, so now I have to reduce the values of output in the combination B bar, C bar, B bar C, BC bar, and BC from the truth table. Here I consider it to be A bar, and here it is A. That is when A is 0 and when A is 1. So for BC bar, if we go for the truth table, this is the combination first, and this is the second. So corresponding to first row and the fifth row. So in the first row, A is going to be 0. What is the value of sum here? Sum. So first we are going to draw this table for sum. So what is the value of output sum here when A is 0? So it is 0. When A is 1, corresponding to this fifth line, sum is going to be 1. So using this, I'm simply going to fill this table. Okay. Next for B bar C. So that is corresponding to the second row. So sum is 1. In this case, when A is 0, and the other is your sixth row. So in that case, sum is 0. Similarly here, so I fill it from the truth table. Okay. Now I try to form the relationship between the value of A and the sum value at the output what we receive. So I choose it in a different color. So if we see when A is 0, for the first case, that is B bar C bar, when A is 0, when A is 0, your output is also 0. When A is 1, your output is also 1. So you can say the output is same as A. So we have to write it as A. In the second case, when A is 0, output sum is 1. And when A is 1, output is 0. So I put A bar because it is opposite to this. Similarly, for BC bar, it is again opposite to the values of A. So it is going to be A bar. And for BC, it is same as A. So now I have actually reduced my logic in the variable A. So I can just connect the 4 inputs of my 4:1 multiplexer. So this is the output. I should write sum here. Sum. So the first combination is, the input is representing the combination B bar C bar. Next, B bar C. Third, BC bar. And the last is BC. So for the first and the last, the inputs, they have to be connected to variable A, whereas for second and third, they are connected to A bar. So this is how I have actually implemented the sum of full ladder using 4:1 max. To get the carry output, same procedure is going to be repeated. So we'll do that next. So you people also can do side by side and check it out whether you are able to do it yourself. So let's start with that. So for the carry, we'll fill this table again with the outputs of carry from the truth table. So if we see for the first combination, that B bar C bar, okay. So this is the first row which is denoting your combination A bar, B bar, C bar. Okay. So corresponding to this, your output is 0. So carry is 0 in this case. For the second row, again, it is the fifth row. It is again 0. Next it is 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, and 1. Okay. So once we have filled it, now we are going to actually see the output related with value of A bar. So if for B bar, C bar, irrespective of the value of A, output is always 0, or you can say carry is always 0. So For B bar C, the output, it is 0, 1, that is same as A. Similarly, for BC bar, it is A, and for BC, it is always Y. So once we get these logic levels, I'm going to connect first to, you can say ground, that is logic 0, B bar and B bar C bar to A, and BC to logic 1. Okay, so this is the implementation of carry. So overall, now we know that for implementing a full adder using 4:1 mux, we require two different 4:1 mux. Okay. So I'll just hurriedly. So these are the select lines. BC. So BC are the select lines. So for the sum, it is going to be first and last. They are connected to A. These two are connected to A bar. Okay. So this is 4:1 mux. This is my sum. And this is my carry. So this is how we are going to implement the full adder. Now we are going to do the implementation of full adder using 2:1 mux. That is, we are going to reduce the expression in two variables. Let's see how do we do that. So to reduce it in the two variables, so what are the variables I want to reduce in? So let's say I want to reduce it in A and B, starting from the MSB. So I will actually find the expression of the first sum corresponding to when C is 0 and when C is 1. So corresponding to when C is 0, we see when the outputs, they are high. So I'm just trying to mark those combinations in my truth table. So when C is 0 and the output is high. So this is the first case. Okay. Then again, in this also, you can get it from the expression also. You can write the canonical expression there also you can get. So there are two terms. So first term is, actually it is A bar, B, C bar, and the other term is A, B bar, C bar. So C bar is what we have taken in common. So what we are left with is A, B bar. So I simply write this expression here, that is A, B bar, A bar B, or I can write A XOR B. Okay. Next, coming to when the C is 1 and the sum is high. So then we have another two terms. This is the last row, and then this is the next row. Okay. So again, if we see the terms in this case, so what are the terms when C is 1? We take C as common. So the first term is A bar, B bar, and the second term is, that is corresponding to your last row of this truth table when A and B. So this is equivalent to XOR operation. So that gives me a very clear picture that for a 2:1 implementation of full adder, what I need to choose is from, so this is my select line. First, what we are going to connect is XOR of A and B. So A and B are the inputs, and the other one is okay, and this is going to give me my sum. So very clear. Okay. Now same thing we are going to repeat for the carry. Okay. So again draw this for carry. So first when C is 0, then C is 1. So when C is 0, what are the terms? So if we see clearly try to observe the truth table corresponding to C is equal to 1, when the carry is high, there is only one term which I'm going to mark in this pink color, that is this 110, that is A and B. So basically here the term is AB into C bar. Okay, so we don't need to write because C bar is represented by C0. There's no other term which is high in carry with C0 or C bar. Okay, next we try to find the expression for the other three terms where value of carry is 1, that is corresponding to this fourth row, then we have the sixth and the last row. Okay, so corresponding to this I can write all the terms because C is going to be common in these. So we see it is A bar B plus AB bar plus AB. Okay, C is common, so I'm not going to write. So let's try to just simplify this. I'll simplify it here. AB bar. So I can expand it by writing AB twice. So if I combine this, B is common. So what I'm left with is B into A plus A bar, which is going to be 1. Similarly, here I find A common, it is. So what I'm left with is A plus B. So I can say that my carry expression is reduced to. So now this gives me a clear picture of that my 2:1 marks can be used for implementing the full adder with carry. And just erase it from here. So I'll note down these terms. So it is AB into C bar, and the other is A plus B into C. Okay, so I implement it here. So this is my 2:1 multiplexer. So one input corresponding to C bar is coming from the AND gate. So this is A, this is B, and the other is going to be from an OR gate, A or B. So this is 2:1 marks. Select line is going to be C, and this is going to be my carry. So for the 2:1 multiplexer implementation of my carry, I need two 2:1 multiplexers, one for sum and one for carry, and this is how it can be implemented. So I hope we are now clear that how we can implement any logic function, any combinational logic, any combinational circuit using multiplexers. Okay, if it is to be reduced in a single variable, I can choose it between MSB and the LSB. And if I want to reduce it with more than one variables, that is also possible. Okay. Again, we have to start either from the LSB end or from the MSB end. So next, in the next lecture, we are going to see how to implement the combinational logic using decoders. Thank you so much.